So as you know, there's a lot of effort that goes into making a drum corps happen over the summer. Buses being driven, meals being served, rehearsing in the hot sun, administrative stuff, and plenty of other things. But there are lots of jobs that you may not know about that need to be done. And if you're going on your first season of marching, it'd probably be good to know them, because you're going to end up doing some of them. Yeah, there are lots of different jobs that the corps members do over the summer that keeps everything running smoothly, and they all have their advantages and disadvantages. So let's go through some of them.
Field lining.
Your job is to measure and paint the fields for the corps to rehearse on. Advantages. Once your job is done in the morning, that's pretty much all you have to do. You usually get to know the staff pretty well, and sometimes you get to know the corps news before everyone else. You get to witness some amazing sunrises. Usually the field lining crew bonds into a pretty tight-knit group. Sometimes you get special breakfast. Now the disadvantages. The sunrises may be beautiful, but you probably wanted some sleep. In most cases, you have to wake up earlier than the corps when you arrive to a new housing site, and the job is very exacting, is very detailed, and is very repetitive. No pressure, but the corps' rehearsal kind of depends on you.
Scaffolding.
Your job is to set up the scaffolding that the staff uses while you rehearse, and also probably to take it down afterwards. Advantages, you get to climb around like a monkey. Like field lining, you become a pretty tight-knit group. You can probably get some jobs with rigging companies after tour. Disadvantages, it can get pretty dangerous sometimes, and you're responsible if anything bad happens with the scaffolding. If you're setting up the scaffolding, chances are you have to wake up early, and if you're taking it down, you have to stay after rehearsal. And you have to climb like a monkey.
Equipment truck loaders and unloaders.
Your job is to help load and unload the horn cases, tubas, maybe some of the front ensemble equipment, uniforms, and pretty much anything that could be on the truck. Advantages, builds muscle, speed, endurance. Maybe you'll get some special bonds with the pit. You can work with a moving company after tour. Not really. Disadvantages, you probably won't get a lot of free time before your corps departs for the show site. It can be a pretty tense and stressful job, sometimes dangerous, and you often have to push the procrastinators. As in, if you're late to getting your own equipment to the truck, then they're all gonna hate you.
Bus loading and unloading.
Pretty self-explanatory. You put all the luggage and stuff under the bus and take it out. Advantages, you get to sleep later than field lining and scaffolding crew. Builds muscle and endurance. You learn to work in small, tight spaces. Maybe you could work for UPS, FedEx, and stuff like that. Disadvantages, back-breaking, claustrophobic. Can be pretty stressful since you have to be ready to do this job before everyone else. Kind of like truck loading, you have to push the procrastinators. If you're doing this during EPAC load, you'll probably get all sweaty again after you showered. In most cases, you'll be put on this crew if you're seen as strong, good at heavy lifting, and good at Tetris.
Food truck crew.
Pretty much you guys pack up the food truck before you leave for any location. The advantages, it's pretty simple work. Sometimes you'll get some extra leftovers. Disadvantages, you get less free time during EPL and after shows, and you're also under a little stress to do the job thoroughly and quickly.
Gym cleaners.
It's exactly what it sounds like. You clean the gym that the corps slept in or wherever they slept. Essentially, you're going to live by the motto, leave everything better than we found it. Advantages, it's late day work when everyone's awake. You can find all sorts of cool stuff. And you leave the corps' reputation good once you leave a housing site. Disadvantages, it's dirty. You're under a lot of stress of getting everything done, leaving the place spotless. You have to do garbage detailing. The corps is waiting for you while you finish.
Bathroom cleaning.
Same like gym cleaning, you're leaving everything better than you found it. Advantages, you smell nice. If you find extra soaps and shampoos, you get to keep those. Maybe you can learn some plumbing techniques along the way. Disadvantages, it's dirty and it's wet. Sometimes it's unsanitary. You're under some time pressures of getting everything done quickly. You gotta wipe down the tiles, floors, showers, and everything. You gotta clean up any floods and empty any garbage.
Prop crew.
Your job is to help move whatever props you have from the equipment truck to the field and back. Advantages, you're often working with the guard and the other truck loaders. You get to sleep later than the field liners. Disadvantages, you're working with the guard and the other truck loaders. You're pretty much under the gun before and after shows, and you're not going to have as much free time as you'd like after shows. Depending on what your props are, it can be pretty heavy and backbreaking.
Groundskeeping.
This job pretty much includes field cleaning and trash crews. You clean up all the areas that the corps has been outside. Advantages, it's pretty much the simplest job out there. And you leave the school with the corps' reputation intact. Disadvantages, you have to clean up after every rehearsal. You're under the gun before the buses leave. It can get pretty dirty at times. You're cleaning up messes even if it wasn't made by the corps. And sometimes you have to deal with other locals. Now for my years marching, I've been on 3 different crews. Field cleaning in my rookie year, prop crew in 2012, and this past summer I was on field lining. Now, if I could give any advice to any of you guys on those crews, for field cleaning, try breaking it up into zones of the field. Maybe somebody gets the front sideline, somebody gets the back sideline, 2 people get side 1 and side 2. For prop crew, depending on how big your props are, this crew can really suck. In 2012, we had the giant poker chips, and those weren't too bad, but they weren't fun. So we kind of create little hypes to get us going. You can also divide the crew up into people who get the props after rehearsal and people who get the props after shows. And this past season, I was on field lining. If that's you this season, all I can say is I deeply sympathize with you. Try to get as much sleep as you can on tour, but there will be days where you won't get nearly as much as you expected. When that happens, there's nothing really to do except pretend you did get sleep. Thanks for checking out this video, you guys. I hope it was enlightening if you're a new marcher. And if you're a vet of drum corps, leave me a comment telling me what crew you were on. Maybe some interesting stories you have. If you have any serious concerns about what crew you're going to end up on, let's say you're afraid of heights, so scaffolding is not the crew for you, maybe talk to your drum major, horn sergeant, someone like that. They can probably help you out. Otherwise, if you don't like your job because you don't like getting up early, you don't like sacrificing free time, sucks. This coming weekend is WGI Mid-South. A lot of you have said that you're going to be there, and I definitely hope I can see some of y'all. I will be selling wristbands there for $5 in person if you're interested. And if you won't be there but you're still interested, you can still buy them through the mail for $6. I'll put the details for that at the end. If you have any kind of show or camp this weekend, I want to wish you good luck and hope you have a great time with whatever it is you're doing. And with that, I'll see you guys later.
Subscribe.